He got the light blue. It's 0-0. It's human against Night Elf. Wow. Scoreboard. What the hell are you doing, mate? Okay, guys, finally we got a game. The shit show has come to an end. RIP, Mr. Chechi. I'm very sad that we lost you, my friend. But we're gonna have ourselves a semi-final at hands on the left-hand side here of Echo Isles. We have the red spawning Night of player from the UK. It is Richard, aka the WarChiefRich. We're just gonna call him Rich down here in the scoreboard. And on the other side, we have the scammer. No, just kidding. I won't fall into the trap of like making more fun of this scene that is always actually have been so far. So we're gonna have Hawk spawning on the right hand side here of Echo Isles. Human against Night Elf on Echo Isles is usually a really good start for a story to begin with. And so we're gonna continue and watch this game. We have the first militia being sent out to actually scout what's happening on the side of Rich and to find out where his Ancient of War is positioned. He is looking forward to find it at the mercenary camp to probably try and steal the, what is it called again, Shadow Priest. And we have a Warden as a first hero coming out of Rich, and we have an Archmage coming for Hawk. So Archmage against Warden is definitely a matchup that is in favor of the Warden in many aspects. But we're gonna see if Hawk can make good, if Rich can make good use of that, because we rarely see him play that hero, to be honest. Especially on Echo Eyes, I feel that he's usually playing the Demon Hunter. Hawk is positioning his peasant really well there, trying to make sure that he can steal the priest whenever he buys it with that peasant. But maybe he wanted to bait him into that so that he can Shadow Strike the peasant and easily kill it. I think it almost seems that way. Yeah, it almost seems that way. He wanted to bait that Shadow Priest out because it's also 195 gold that you spend on that, as well as 10 wood. So this Shadow Priest is going down. First experience being granted to the Warden. On the other hand, he killed that one with the Lightning Shield. That was a little sloppy, and the other one went to the Archmage, killed by that Footman. Speaking of the human player and the Archmage, he's already on the run over to the other side. He's not going to expand. He tries to steal some more experience and be just like a pain in the ass right now. There are still 2 creeps that he could possibly try to steal. There's a clause of attack on the Warden now, +9. A lot of right-click damage coming the way of the Knight of Hero here. 2 of the Wisp are still located close to that Ancient of War. Need to be careful if he is not willing to lose that one. Detonated the first one, micros the way the second one. Not overcommitting here with spamming Shadow Strikes on the Archmage, but to be honest, I would like to see at least one Shadow Strike to close the distance between the 2 heroes and then enable the right-click damage on that Archmage, especially with the +9 on the Warden now. Tech coming for the human, no tech coming for the... Oh, actually it is a tech for both players. Tech coming for the human and also the native players already teching. There's a water elemental in the main base that will give some more experience to Rich, as it seems. The Berserker will be bought by the Archmage, but there's also an Archer close to that. He can easily Shadow Melt, so the Berserker goes to Hawk, beautifully stealing that mercenary there from his opponent. And now Rich finds himself in a desperate position. He needs to get a few more archers out on the field, as it seems. Warden is killing another Footman, so this Footman is down. Moonwells are going up in all different directions over that main base, but the Berserker is now on the field and he needs to snipe that one. There's just a lot of damage coming the way of Rich, and in the meantime he was creeping that camp with militias, as we've seen it earlier, sending them out, but they are not finishing that camp in time to be sent away. They're still fighting against this camp as peasants. Micros the peasant away, shift the aggro to another one. But this costs so much time. He's not getting any lumber in the meantime from these guys. I'm not really sure if that's worth it. Tiny bit of experience. A lot of mana actually on the Warden, and she's looking forward to get close to that juicy 4-stroll Berserker. He's going to try to get the Boots of Speed. Is not successful in doing so. Boots of Speed go to the account of the Archmage. Shadow Strike being spent. I think he should definitely have tried to kill the 4-stroll. Not going for that. Archmage is also not summoning any more water elementals because there is a Shadow Priest on the field that could easily dispel that. He didn't buy the Dust of Appearance, so he will go back to the shop and buy that one finally. Meantime, the Warden is chasing down one of these Footmans, killing that one. Oh, baiting away the Archer as well as the Priest. But it's not enough. Archer trying to hide there. Beautiful positioning. But Hawk aware of that, figuring out where the Archer went and killing that one without too much trouble. In the meantime, tier 2 tech about to be done. We see the Hunter's Hall perfectly lining up with the tier 2 tech. Riflemen are coming for Hawk. The imperious approach of things. And now the Forest Troll should finally be the target. Come on, Rich. You know better. You know that you can kill this guy. Putting some right-click damage on him. Putting that poison damage on him. Having a nice and beautiful surround on the Warden so that she cannot bypass the units. Forest Troll is super low. Really expensive unit. You don't want to sacrifice that. There's a Wisp seeing the movement of the Forest Troll now. And he's not going for the Wisp. That would have been a nice trap. Tomb of XP. No Tomb of XP. Tomb of Intelligence +2. Shadow Priest still got a Dispel. Another Dispel on top of that. He would like to get the second Water Elemental, but he cannot close in on that one. One Wisp is being attacked by a Rifleman. That one dies. So if he checked over to see what's happening there, he should have seen the first Rifleman on the field. Warden gets another pick off. I think this is the third Footman already. Experience went to the Warden. Ancient of War in position to get the level 3 for the Warden now. 2 Ancient of Laws are started and a Demon Hunter coming as a second hero, realizing that he will need some mana burn over the course of the game. And yeah, Tree of Eternity started, both Ancient of Laws, and it seems like everything is safe and sound here for Rich so far. Circlet of Nobility, Demon Hunter coming to that party. We have a Blood Mage coming as a second hero, and I think the Demon Hunter counters that one perfectly, so 7 mana will not be as useful as it is without a Demon Hunter on the field. If you go, for example, Warden and Panda, you can easily burn both of these heroes or leech the mana from both of these heroes, but with a Demon Hunter, he will always be the counterpart to the Blood Mage. So this is really, really good. That's really cool that Sonic is trying to make a vote that he's not going to play the final. That would be actually a really good claim. Sometimes I thought like Sonic is just crazy, but these kind of decisions just show me that this guy actually got some... Wow, he just cancelled the blink. That was beautiful. He gets the kill on the Berserker. He gets the experience for that as well. We see that the Demon Hunter is almost level 2 already. The Berserker being dead is of course a huge kill here. Lowers the damage output on the side of the human player by a huge margin. We have 2 Moonwells that are still quite juicy. Dispel upgrade is coming. First Bear is coming. Druid of the Claw. Warden is being drained completely dry. Needs to get out of that as ASAP before a Sorceress comes out and actually slows her down, and then maybe a possible surround. Demon Hunter in the meantime is creeping with the remaining forces. Agent of War is also coming into a nice position to buffer some more damage and soak up some damage when the push is coming. And speaking of the push, I think we are about to see that. Militias are being pulled to Priest, and a third Priest is coming, so he's heavily relying on Priest, not a single Sorceress. Priest without Dispel. Demon Hunter in the meantime creeping that Goblin Immersion, killing that one, going up to level 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now needs to get back to his main base. Ancient of War is in a good position. That Moonwell is probably going to die. You should think about recreating it already before it's dead. Archmage is level 3 on the side of Hawk with a big mana potion. The Blood Mage is still not level 2. He wants to bring that Blood Mage up to level 2 before he takes the fight. Drains the mana. So can he really take the fight? I think anti-magic potions will play a crucial role right now. He cannot Dispel them because he doesn't have Dispel. He's going for more Rifleman, is getting the second attack upgrade, which indicates that he already got the first attack upgrade researched. Yes, he does that. 3 Water Elementals, perfect for a lot of Wisps to come by and detonate everything. He didn't recreate the Moonwell yet, though. First detonate is not finding the perfect connection. Warden is being drained. He doesn't use the anti-magic potion. Master Bears are there on the field. He can easily use them. He can even use Rejuvenation. There's nothing that can Dispel or cancel it, or even steal it. We don't have Breakers. We don't have Dispel on the Priest. And this push is supposed to not work, I feel. The archers are killing the towers. In the meantime, he's taking a good fight. Rich is pulling everything together that he needs. Banish on one of the bears to lower the DPS on the side of the Night Elf player. Also saving one of his riflemen. Beautifully done there by Hawk. But in the end, I feel that this is not going to be enough. Level 3 for the Demon Hunter already. Level 2 mana burn now available, as well as the level 3 Warden. That's just too much to take care of, as it feels, and he just keeps chasing and chasing, continues the chase forever. Dispel with the Dryad here on one of the riflemen. Saves that one with another banish. He's probably going to die nonetheless. How can he keep him alive for some more? There's no mana on the Warden though, but the mana is like, the Warden is not the main threat. There's a Demon Hunter waiting with some mana burns. That was just a level 1 mana burn, I feel. Or did he only just have exactly the amount of 50 mana? Not sure if there's a Staff of Preservation. It doesn't feel that way. He's now Town-Polling out, overcommitting there a little bit, going to the main base of his opponent. One bear stays here with the human forces, will be killed. 48 supply for Hawk. 39 supply for Rich, who is creating 2 Moonwards at a time right now. And finally buying an anti-magic potion. That is like so important to have, because you cannot be drained if you have that anti-magic potion used. And since he doesn't have Dispel, he cannot get rid of it. And Hawk seems to be slowly transitioning to a longer game here. Doesn't feel that he is on the clock. Doesn't feel that there is the need of closing that game anytime soon. Still got a Town Paul, no heal scroll. It's now creeping the Renegade Wizard there, but the Night Elf player is approaching. Is Rich actually taking the fight, or is he retreating? It seems like that he will retreat. 2 upgrades on the Rifleman, and that nice stand there at the Mercenary Camp seemed to be enough to scare Rich away. No more Town Paul on the Night Elf player though. One Dryad gets ensnared. Gets double ensnared. Immediately uses Rejuvenation even before the attack comes. Now a Creep Jack from the human player. Nicely positioned behind the creeps. Working in favor of Hawk here. Was a wise decision to rejuvenate that one before the fight breaks out, and Rich just needs a little bit more time. He was supply capped, and this is the reason why his army is so small at this point. And he just needs a little bit of extra time to get more units out. He's pumping. He's not breaking upkeep yet. He's at 47 out of 60 supply, 50 out of 54 supply on the side of the human player. And Hawk is creating a nice bank here. 800 gold already that he can use to get some healing scrolls and invo potions. Speaking of that, Warden buys an invo potion. He already got that anti-magic potion. Sentry Ward is still active from Rich, about to expire. Ancient of War here in the middle to see the movement of the human player going the way of the Knight of main base. And yeah, he's planning on breaking into upkeep, already making way to go up to 60 supply. Level 3 Blood Mage, level 4 Archmage. Speaking of hero levels, that should be a level 4 Warden and almost level 4 Demon Hunter after this camp. And Demon Hunter Warden doesn't seem all that great, but I have to tell you, like, against the Blood Mage, I still feel that the Demon Hunter is one of the best heroes that you can possibly have. So another bear, as well as that Mark of the Claw, so that they can use Roar in the bear form. Both of the players are slowly approaching a fight here. Hawk is probably looking forward to get that green camp or the orange camp in the far back that is already cleaned off.
A player's forces are under attack.
Breaking the 1,000 viewer mark. Thank you very much for watching, every single one of you, and all the new followers coming in. You guys are amazing. Because I was reading Magic Socks, I said amazing. Magic Socks, Olex112, as well as Jihadi33. Thank you for your follows, guys. Thank you for supporting the stream. So double level 4. That's good for the Night Elf. I feel like Rich definitely got a good idea of what's going on here. He got one defense upgrade for his bears. He got a second defense upgrade queued. So he's heavily relying on the attack, and we have seen defense upgrade being superior to attack upgrades when it comes down to destroyers against gyrocopters, I feel. Not sure if this is the same way for Rifleman against bears. Monidaku as well as Flying Cookies. Thank you guys for following. So he probably should pick up a healing scroll or two just to deny it from his opponent. And speaking of this, Hawk already got both of the healing scrolls. He got Boost of Speed, Pen of Energy, 2 Circlets on his Blood Mage, which gives him almost 600 mana on the Blood Mage. 450 mana on the Archmage, only a healing scroll and a Town Paul, as well as the Dust of Aperience. That can be important, because the Warden can also dodge the Siphon mana with Shadow Melt. Invis upgrade for the Sorceress is being researched. The Priest already have the Adept upgrade. Mother 9 or Mas 9R, thank you very much for your follow as well. And now we're gonna have that Warden running away. With the Talisman of Evasion, she basically becomes a Demon Hunter. Same evasion on level 1 with that item. as the Demon Hunter with level 1 evasion. So let's see, 70 supply. If he's not starting to produce anytime soon, Rich can fall into the trap of just not producing early enough. And now he sees the push coming, immediately starts producing units. He should probably send down one Wisp to the mercenary camp to get like more units to be ready for the push that is about to come to his main base. But the defender's advantage is great, like, for him. He got the Moonwells, it's night. I'm not sure if you should approach a fight against a Night Elf player at night in his main base when everything is completely juiced up, and he even got the improved upgrade for the Moonwells, so they have like a little bit more and they regenerate a little bit faster. He got like he's about to have 3 defense upgrades on his bears, countering the 2 attack upgrade on the Rifleman heavily. Sends out an Invis Water Elemental to scout the army size as well as the army composition of his opponent. Maybe he should even eat up the trees to not create a narrow position for himself. He needs to construct another Moonwell, I feel. Goes into 70 supply. 76 supply now for Hawk. That is a huge army. That is actually a huge army. If he gets like another heal scroll, as well as the blizzard that he's getting right now, he's pretty well equipped to deal with bears, I feel. Or maybe a protection scroll wouldn't be all that bad. He sells that Pen of Energy. He sells a circlet for a heal scroll, and he's now slowly approaching the main base. Slowly committing to that last and final push. Blood Mage 3.5, Archmage 4 and a bit. Demon Hunter just level 4. And the Warden equal to the Archmage. So we're gonna have a fight on superior hero levels on the side of the Night Elf player. We have an army supply lead on the side of the human player, but we have a tech deficit coming into play for him as well. So tier 3 against tier 2, can he really pull off that fight? We have Blizzard being casted, anti-magic shell being popped. We see more and more Blizzard, but the Blizzard is mainly on the Dryad at this point. There is still 350 mana to spend. He needs to mana burn that Archmage ASAP. Come on, mana burn this. There's even like militias coming from the back. There's absolutely no heal scrolls for the Night Elf, only 2 Invo potions. Speaking of heal scrolls, first heal scroll for the human is used. The Archmage is in trouble, uses Banish and now gets healed by the priest. Immediately dispels the Banish, second heal scroll being used, and it feels like Hawk is taking a really good stand here against the Night Elf player. He can just not deal with the Blizzard. Finally he starts mana burning that Archmage, who is dropping lower and lower. Speaking of dropping lower and lower, that Warden is dropping lower. Slowly the bears are eating through the Rifleman. Is there a Staff of Preservation? There's no Staff of Preservation. He needs to go back. He should probably pull 1 or 2 Wisps to detonate all that slow on his units. Uses now the Dryad. It's 65 against 56 supply. So, despite the fact that he had a 10 supply disadvantage, he comes out ahead. That Warden blinks in. Doesn't have enough mana to blink out, but there was a fully regenerated Moonwell to heal her up again. So, staffs out that one bear after blinking in. What a beautiful play there by Rich. Almost level 5 Warden. Demon Hunter 4.6. Archmage also catching up in experience, but not close to level 5 yet. The Breakers are looking forward to steal a few rejuvenations. Blizzard mainly hits Dryads right now again. He just needs some more time to regenerate his forces, and then he can approach another fight. No more heal scrolls for the human player. He's approaching the fight. Warden is being drained and banished immediately, but Demon Hunter dives in and is diving in deep. He needs to mana burn that Archmage once again, now finally down in mana. This was the last Blizzard that we will see for quite some time. Actually there is still a healing scroll on the Blood Mage. Finally drains the mana from the Demon Hunter. Level 5 for the Warden now. Level 3 Shadow Strike on one of the Riflemen, and Riflemans are slowly dying here. Demon Hunter closes in on the level 5. A nice detonate on all the casters to reduce the amount of mana on them. Finally a Town Portal being called by Hawk, but this is probably already GG. He Town Portals out with basically 2 Riflemen and a bunch of casters. 41 supply against the 67 supply. Triple defense upgrade and an attack upgrade coming into play for the bears. Makes them almost unkillable. The sustain for days is real. And that was just a really good execution from Rich, I feel. Warden gets more and more experience. Can't wait to close in on that level 6. Hawk in the desperate need of more units. But he's like 20 supply down at this point. 20 supply down and no upkeep. 1,500 gold to go. Nature's Blessing is already being researched to get that tree down there as soon as he needs it. 2 heal scrolls now being bought for the Warden, denying the heal scrolls from the human player as well. And it looks really grim for Hawk here. The Rifleman push against a very experienced player that knows to deal with it is like something hard to pull off, I have to say. "17 supply down. Still taking a fight in your opponent's main base. Defender's advantage coming to mind, but also he needs to do something. He needs to pull something off. The kiting continues. There is not much mana on the Dryads, so dispel of all that slow will not be possible. Level 3 Shadow Strike on one of the sorcerers. The Warden almost no more mana. The Archmage in trouble. Level 3 mana burn hits him hard. Banishes his first hero to keep him alive. The Warden is being drained completely, but with the 2 heal squads on the hero, there should not be too much trouble. All the units are slowly approaching. We can see that he tries to play like a Terran to kite him with the Marines, with the Rifleman, but it does not seem to be enough. The Blizzard is way too late on all the Dryads. Cannot really do anything with that. The Archmage is being attacked once again. He's about to die. First hero goes down. And this is not looking good. And yeah, Hawk calls GG. A 1-0 lead for Mr. Rich, who just played a phenomenal game of Warcraft. And yeah, 1-0 in a best of 3, and the next map will be Secret Valley. I'm quickly gonna check what's happening. Somebody knocked at my door. Give me 1 sec, guys.